Happy Frugal Friday, K-Squad. It is summer, the hair is curly, the makeup is minimal. We have the day off. I didn't wake up with an alarm. I'm feeling relaxed and I'm so excited to sit down with you and talk about some simple, frugal tips and tricks for a simple home. Let's get into number one. Repurpose everyday items that you might not think about repurposing. Here are two examples that I've never shared with you before. Number one is if you drink coffee like me, happy coffee drinker. If you make too much or you just don't drink it all, take the remainder of the coffee, pour it into ice cube trays and freeze them. Then you're gonna have these coffee cubes that won't dilute your drink. It'll enhance the flavor, but not water it down. It's such a great way not to waste. It saves a little money because you're not wasting anything, and it helps you make the most of every batch of coffee you make. Secondly, another thing you might never think about is repurposing your dryer lint. I know, who thinks about your dryer lint? But instead of just tossing it in the trash. Now, you know, dryer lint is very flammable, right? So this summer, if you're doing campfires, use your dryer lint instead of buying kindling. It'll work really well, and you already have it. So just repurpose that for your campfires this season. Another thing you could use it for is if you are a crafter, you could save that dryer lint, ball it up and use it for like small dolls, stuffed animals. It's really soft and could be the perfect filling for one of your craft projects. Let me know in the comments, are you a crafter and have you ever used it before? Let us know down below. Number two, I don't know if you've heard this one before. It's very simple, but it's about your toilet paper, okay? So the tip is, see how your toilet paper looks like this? If you just put it on normally, right? Oh, first of all, question, are you an over or under? Do you like it like this? Or do you like it like this? Let me know. This is such a debate worldwide. Let me know how you put that in. But the secret to using less toilet paper, especially if you have littles in the house, you know how you can just yank on that and it just like comes cascading down and you could use way more toilet paper than you need? Just take this, use your muscles for a second, whoop, flatten it, okay? So now you see this, when you put it on the holder, it's going to like slow down your roll. It's going to literally slow your roll. So maybe you won't use so much. You'll be a little bit more mindful. It won't come flying down like a waterfall. It's just a simple, easy, quick tip on how to possibly use a little less TP and save some more money. Number three, in a world full of endless options, create less options in your home for a less stressful, simple environment. Here is an example. Back in the day, I don't know how many sets of sheets we used to have per bed. I mean, how many do you need? In my humble opinion, I think you need just 2 sets of sheets. One that is on the bed currently, and one that is either in the wash or folded, ready to be used next. This has simplified a lot for us because now when I open that closet, it's not like a clown closet of sheets, extra blankets, all that stuff, right? Let me know, how many sets of sheets do you have per bed? Now, if you are a minimalist, you might say, I just need 1 set. And that's great if that works for you. For me, because of my schedule, because of just the rhythm of the house, I like to have a backup sheet just in case, right? So I like to have 2 sets of sheets per bed. I have 2 sets, my son has 2 sets, and that just keeps the flow of the house nicely. And because sometimes like I don't have time to wait for a full cycle to change the bed. Like, of course you could work that out time-wise, but me, 2 sets is comfortable. Some people like 3. Some people have lots and lots of sets of sheets and they don't even know why, you know? It's just kind of something you've accumulated. And I also highly recommend getting sheets that you love, so you don't necessarily favor one over the other. Like, you will happily put either set. You know how like there's like a set that you become accustomed to and it's kind of like your favorite? Does anybody have a favorite set of sheets? If so, have both sets of sheets be your favorite. Like, if that's the brand that works and the thread counts right, have two of them so you can live in luxury every night, you know? Put it on your birthday list, put it on your Christmas list, save up for it, get them when they're on sale. It's just an additional luxury that feels so good. Now, I was just talking about sheets and bedding, but the other thing is your clothes. If you have so many clothes that you open the closet and it's just a free-for-all, you don't really know what you like, you can never find anything to wear, I highly, highly recommend simplifying your clothing. How many pairs of pants do you really need? How many skirts do you need? How many socks do you need? A lot of people have started just using the same color socks all the time, so they always match. I love that tip. That's such a cool thing. Then you're never like wondering, like, they all go together, right? If they're all the same color, they're like all black or they're all white. I love that. But simplify the options in your home. You can do that with your dishes. You can do that with nearly anything. Reduce the amount of options for a simpler, more joyful, more relaxed, happy home. Oh, two little chipmunks just chased each other. It was so cute. I wish I could have shown you. I missed it. They ran too fast. They're awfully quick. Number 4 is for a comfortable, cozy, simple home. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting to the age where I am flirting with perimenopause era, but sleeping well is really important. And so I got a down alternative comforter. I just wanted to say this to you out loud in case other women are like looking for that kind of comfort in bed, because I'm all about comfort. And I don't know what you guys have on your bed, but I have a down alternative comforter, and I don't know why. To me, it feels magical. It's like either you're nice and warm underneath it, but it's also cool. Does anybody have one of these? And let me know, because some of us, right? Night sweats, some of us like it cool, some of us need it warmer. Where are you guys at with that? I like a cool room and then like warm under the blankets, but like one leg out. That's like the perfect thing for me. But if you get a down alternative comforter, I feel like it's the best of both worlds. I just wanted to share that with you because that's what I have. And right now I have one that's all white because I like the idea of like it looking like I'm going into a hotel room. You know that feeling of a hotel room when you first get there and everything looks crisp and perfect and minimal and it just feels so good? That's kind of like the vibe I try to get going in my room. But the other thing about some of these, I'm gonna leave a link down below for you to check out, because this one has 2 colors. It's reversible. So if you're a person that gets antsy for new looks, you like to refresh your home, you can just flip that comforter over and then you have a whole new color and can make everything look brand new, but you didn't buy a new thing. It's like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. I just wanna put those thoughts into your head that when you have an item that you can use 2 different ways, it's so useful, especially if like the look of things matters to you, but this is like on a budget, because you can have that, you can have 2 looks for the price of one. And again, just in my age, my age range, like this is like the perfect sleeping situation for me. Let me know what yours is. I'm very curious. Of course, as I'm trying to film this last tip, the garbage truck is going by. And by the way, as my hair is drying, I can see it getting bigger and bigger. By the end of this video, my hair is gonna be very large. Summer. Okay, so what I want to talk about next is using meat as an accent. Using meat as an accent and not the star of your lunch or your dinner or your breakfast. Like if you bulk up on pasta, vegetables, rice, that as like your base of a meal, and then you use meat as the accent to enhance flavor, etc., it's gonna be most likely a lot cheaper, right? If you're using those other ingredients as the star and then using meat as the accent. Meat can be pricey, and if you use it as like a sprinkling on top, the accent, a beautiful accent on your meal, you can save a ton. Let me know in the comments if any of these resonated with you, and if so, which one resonated the most. And if you want more frugal tips, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a ton for you. Check out this video next. See you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye, guys.